Good morning, good morning, good morning, everyone. Happy Thursday. Good morning. Hanging out with Erica and Raph. Erica's here from Germany. Good afternoon from Germany, because you're in Germany. Yes. OCDD 93. Good afternoon. Good morning. Good morning to my beautiful wife, Virginia Bradley is in the house. Magical Mousers. Good morning, Magical Mousers. Hey, if you have access to those custom emojis, I know Erica does. She's a member. Go ahead and hit those custom emojis on the screen. Let's see that sword in the stone, that magical castle, Mirabelle, or Steamboat Willie. We got Steamboat Willie going on there. You've even got my fedora. Looks like about one more minute. One more minute. Running errands. Won't be able to stay long. Well, that's okay. Just keeps us on the background. We're going to be talking about the new Country Bear show, which I saw yesterday. Hey, on your way in, hit that like button. Welcome in, everybody. Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. Even though I'm not really awake yet, I can sound it. It's my acting background. Four, three, two, one. Here we go. On with the show.
3, 2, 1, live. Cool.
Forgot to change this over to me. Oh, I am so tired this morning. This is me. Hello. Hi, everybody. Oh, golly. Oh, my gosh. Good morning, everybody. Welcome back, Fun Fam. And if you are brand new to the channel, welcome in to follow the Bradley's fun with me, Ronnie Bradley. Oh my gosh, I am so tired. I had a long, long, long day yesterday, much longer than my normal day. Yes, indeed, dude. Let's check out and see who all is in the house this morning. I'm showing that we got 11 people watching right now at the beginning. I don't know where the 15. I saw some 15, but they left. That's okay. Here is who we have with us today. We've got hanging out with Erica and Raph. Happy afternoon. They're in Germany. Guten Tag. Let's see. OCDD says good morning. Good morning, OCDD. Magical Mousers in the house with the hearts and the pixie dust. And we've got my beautiful wife. Buen dia a todos. Good morning, everyone. Looks like Erica's out running errands around the base. Maybe Go and Shogi, one of our channel members, one of our great channel members, Go and Shogi. And have I made you a moderator yet? You should be a moderator, even if I haven't made you that yet. Anna Greco, also one of our awesome members in the house. Good morning, Anna, or is it Ina? You can correct me. I don't know if I'm. Let's see. What we've got is, we've got already a comment. Why is Disney changing things that are already perfect and removing all the character? Maybe they just don't get it. No magic in their souls. I totally understand the sentiment. And we've got Anna, who says, my kids are in summer day camp this week, so it's been very nice to be a part of this conversation with adults talking Disney. Thank you. Well, you're very, very welcome, and I'm happy to provide that conversation for you. And that's exactly what we're going to get to today. If there's any members in the house, and I know there are because we got Anna, and we've got Go and Shogi is in the house. We've got Erica and Raph. So all of our members, it's time to hit those custom emojis for us. And I'm going to show you what happens every time we get either new memberships or gifted memberships, or we get super chats, super stickers, and super thanks. What do? When we get those things, we have a little celebration that goes a little something like this.
Is it too much? Too much? It's your birthday!
Oh, this is just the best of us. Yes, indeed. So if you want to become a member of Jay Join the channel, help us out. That'd be great. And if you want to do super chat, super thanks, super stickers, those are all. We get to those first. Get to any member chats first, any of those types of things. You don't have to. No, it's a free show. The show is completely free. However, we are raising money to improve the quality of the show. That is what any bit of money that we are taking in here as far as funding is concerned, to improve the quality of the show. It's probably not going to improve my quality after I had a long day yesterday at the Magic Kingdom, and I'll be talking a little bit about that in the show. Boy, was it a long day at the Magic Kingdom. Holy macaroni. It's so funny to be there now, not as a vacationer, not as somebody who's just out there to have a good time, but is out there as someone who needs to report the new stuff that's going on. Like I'm there as a reporter, if you will, and I'm looking around and seeing what's going on. And I try to have a good time, try to have some fun. It's really funny because at the end of the day last night, it was like almost 11. Like, so 10:35 was the time that I got out of my last attraction, and 11:35 was the time I got to my car. Yeah, it took that long walking from exiting the last attraction over by the castle, then down Main Street. I was kind of lingering, hoping that the lines to the monorail would have subsided by that point, because the fireworks were at 9:20. Park closed at 10 p.m. However, it was still open to resort guests, deluxe resort guests. And I had some cast members that let me go on an attraction. Well, in an attraction is really a show, Monsters Inc. Laugh Floor, late. And boy, and I was lingering because I was hoping that I wouldn't have to wait in a long line for the monorail. And I still ended up waiting in a super long line for the monorail. The monorail was packed. The end. It's nice if you can stay in the park long enough to where it's completely dark and nobody's around, and that's what I was kind of trying to do. But it was just open late for resort guests last night, so it was still packed. Because here's what happens: when it is open late for resort guests, they don't check and see if you're a resort guest unless you try to go on a ride. So everybody stays. Oh my gosh! Yes, go and shogi at the end of a long day and night. Not much is more defeating than a long monorail line. Oh my god! I was so tired, and I'm standing there, and the vlog that I'm going to be putting out, it's going to take me several days to edit this vlog. I think it's going to be a long one again, and I haven't done like a 45-minute vlog in a while. I think it's going to be a long one. We're going to talk about the first day of Country Bears, which is what we're talking about on the show today here too. But there was a lot of other things that I ended up covering that I was surprised. I went into the Hall of Presidents, for example. And it's when you go into the Hall of Presidents, you realize the opportunity that this country can have for people of different opinions to come together and have a conversation and a good debate and not hate each other just because we have different opinions. It's like the silliest thing ever. How did we get to that place in the country where we can't agree to disagree? That's what everybody should be saying. Let's just agree to disagree. That would be awesome if we could do that. But speaking of disagreements, oftentimes we have some disagreements on the things that Disney is doing. And one of the things that Disney has done is in the Country Bears, they have replaced a character without replacing a character. They just changed the character's name. It's so funny. And we're going to talk about this article here. Let's see if I can get it on the screen so it is in the right kind of place without all of the advertisements. It's so funny because what I'll do before the show is I will set these things up so that they look perfect on the screen. Then I go back to that tab and the tab is completely changed. So I have to set it up again, and hopefully this setup works this time. So we're going to share this article. This is out of the New York Post. Disney World removes beloved character from park after 50 years over fears that it could offend alcoholics. Oh, brother, here we go again with the Stories Matter people. So the Stories Matter people, we talked about this yesterday. This is the ESG, DEI, woke mob, whatever you want to call them, who don't understand comedy. They don't understand humor. They don't understand common sense, these people. And they're so worried about offending one person that they do something that offends every person except for that one person. Why they do this? Because this is the generation. What's happened is that the generation of trophy kids, the kids that got trophies for just barely showing up to school. Oh, you weren't tardy today. You'll get a trophy for that. Everybody competes, but then everybody wins because there's really no competition. That crowd has grown up. They grew up without discipline, without behavioral redirection, without understanding the difference between true, right, and wrong. So everything has become wrong to them. And this is what happens. Now they're working for Disney, and they're working in this Stories Matter position. And they're taking out guys. And here's the funny thing. So here's this character, Liver Lips. I think it was called Liver Lips McGee or something like that. This bear, you can see him on the screen in the picture. He's got a funny long snout with the liver lips, right? Well, the character's still there. They just changed his name to Romeo. So he still roams the parks because they're not going to change the costume. They're just going to change the words so we don't offend anybody. It's the silliest thing ever. Anyway, there's a little video of him. So let's read the article. Let's read the article. Disney World has removed a beloved character that has been a staple at the amusement park for over 50 years, as the character was deemed insensitive and outdated, quote unquote, and could offend alcoholics. I don't understand that whole statement. Could offend alcoholics. What do you say about that? I've never been an alcoholic, so I don't know what that is like. But as far as I can tell, last I checked, being an alcoholic. Holy moly mackerel! Okay, I'm gonna get to that in just a minute because I don't know if that's the right amount or if you meant to type in a different amount and we can figure that out. Because that maybe was supposed to be $4.99. You're gonna have to let me know, Nita, if that is correct, because that's amazing and crazy, and I'm about to cry. So I will get to that in just a moment. Oh my gosh. Liver Lips McGraw, one of the 18 animatronic bears of the Country Bear Jamboree at Magic Kingdom, will not be making his grand return alongside the other robotic mammals when the attraction reopens Wednesday after a 7-month hiatus. The term quote-unquote liver lips, which is considered derogatory and offensive, is associated with alcohol abuse and the damage it does to the liver, Disney blog Inside the Magic said. The term is also seen as derogatory and offensive, stereotypic, used against Black Americans to describe the shape of their lips and sickly or unhealthy. I don't know. I just thought, and call me crazy, but I just thought it was kind of a funny looking dude bear. Liver Lips McGraw will be replaced by Romeo McGraw. It's not McGee, it's McGraw. Sorry, McGraw makes more sense. It's a bear. McGraw, when Disney World opens the Country Bears Jamboree, which they did. They reopened it. And I'm going to talk about that in a minute because my take on that is a little bit different than most people I think would assume, given my stance on other things. Instead, McGraw will be replaced by Romeo McGraw, a bear with the same last name and a similar, literally exact facial appearance as Liver Lips, but with a James Dean-esque coif of hair, basically. Romeo joins the furry ensemble of Harry Big Al Wendell and Teddy Bear, Ernst the Dude, Terrence Shaker, and Trixie, along with 5 bear rugs. The removal of Liver Lips McGraw is part of a bigger trend in Disney, under which the park has made a quote-unquote commitment to addressing and rectifying outdated or culturally insensitive elements within its attraction, the blog post said. The attraction, a knee-slapping good time inside the rustic theater Grizzly Hall, will reopen as the Country Bear Musical Jamboree. And I don't know who wrote this. They wrote Ride at Magic Kingdom's Frontierland. It's not a ride. It's a show, no matter how you look at it. You don't ride this thing. That would be weird. But there it is. Grizzly Hall, Country Bear Musical Jamboree. And you can see the new characters opening 2024. It opened yesterday. Romeo McGraw, Big Al, Henry, Trixie, Wendell, Teddy Bear, Terrence Shaker, Ernest Dude. Liver Lips was only credited for one song during his run of the show from 1971 to January 2024. My woman ain't pretty, but she don't swear none. A Reddit user recorded a video of him singing a song January 26th, last day of the attraction was open, before it closed down and then reopened. The post said the attraction was packed with many fans say their goodbyes to the beloved music-oriented show. To say the shows on that day were an absolute blast would be an understatement, the caption read. The last show I sat on for a few hours later was one of the last performed before it broke down. If you can imagine, the crowd was even louder and almost drowned out the bears when it came to singing. So the show, the last show, when they announced that it closed down, was popular. I want to tell you from personal experience that before this last show, it wasn't what I would call particularly a popular venue. And I'll tell you a little story about last night. I was talking to some parents and they skipped the Country Bears with their kids. They had 3 kids with them. They had been to Disney World many times before. They're from Canada. They skipped the Country Bears show because they did not realize it had been updated. So we're going to talk about that little factoid later. But my point in posting this article is that all they did was change a character's name. They didn't change the way Liverlips looks. They just changed his name to Romeo, and it's kind of a silly thing. Like Liver, it's funny. It's just funny. Can we not have some humor anymore? What are they going to take down the entire Haunted Mansion? We talked about Haunted Mansion yesterday. Oh my gosh. So yeah. Now, before we get to the rest of the show, there's something I absolutely, without a doubt, have to celebrate. And Nita, if this is incorrect, you can fix it. If it's correct, oh my gosh, this is unbelievable. Nothing like this has ever happened to me before. But we are going to put on the screen, because I've never seen it. This is amazing. Nita Seabolt Salt, $499, $500 super chat. Oh my gosh. I got to stop myself from crying, okay? Because if that's, I just really appreciate this. It says, thank you for not ignoring what happened last weekend. You weren't trying to pixie dust over the truth. I like your truth, and I like that you're always kind when you have to report a negative truth. What happened on Saturday sucks. And President Trump lived. Okay. And thank God for that. Okay. Thank God he lived. Let's do the celebration first, and then let's talk about this for just a moment. Okay. Can we please do that? Let's do that. Let's do the celebration for this amazing super
Too much? Too much? It's the birthday!
Oh, this is just the best of us see. Wow. So yeah, let's talk about this for just a minute. I have to address it because it's a fact of the matter. It's like addressing that Biden came down with COVID, which honestly, I've never been tested for it. I had it. I know I had it because of my symptoms. It was a long time ago. Yeah. So, but for me, my personal experience with COVID, I don't know. Am I allowed to say COVID now? I don't even know how that works on YouTube, so I'm going to say it. You know that thing. My personal experience was like less than a cold for me personally. So when I hear that he comes down with it, to me it's like, okay, how are they going to use that? It's not the same as what happened to President Trump, not even remotely close to the same. Okay. And it had to be addressed because it happened. It's not really the subject of this show. I'm addressing it because this is an amazing super chat. But I had to address it. It was real. It's what happened. It could affect what happens in Sparks. As a matter of fact, it affected me yesterday, so much so that I went into the Hall of Presidents, which will be in the vlog. Please watch the vlog coming up. It'll probably come out on Saturday. I'm going to need a couple days to edit that thing, and it's going to be a little bit long. It's going to talk about the Country Bears' first day opening. It's going to talk about Splash Mountain, Gianna's Bayou Adventure. I wrote it at night for the first time, so we got that in there, and there's some really cool things coming up in that vlog. So please check that out when it comes up. Make sure you're subscribed to the channel, like this video if you haven't. Certainly to click that notification bell, because when you click it, you stick it to the YouTube algorithm, and you do get notified of things like the vlog coming up, like my cast member stories coming up. Some of the stuff I filmed yesterday at Magic Kingdom is going to be part of my cast member stories vlog about my first day as a cast member, so that's coming up as well. But how can you not address this when it's a reality and it happened, and history was changed maybe for the better because of her survival. At least one person, if not more, lost their life because of that, and that's a tragedy that we cannot express in our condolences enough to that family. It is my understanding that that family, you can never make up for that with finances, but I'm pretty sure that that family will be taken care of financially. So by President Trump. And it caused me also with this week and the other things that were announced to watch the movie Hillbilly Elegy, and maybe I'll talk about that tomorrow. Just the movie as a story, because it's an amazing story. So yeah. So wow, thank you, Nita, so much. That's incredible. That is incredible. That will be getting another celebration at the end. This is crazy, crazy, crazy. Sweeping stuff under the rug doesn't benefit anybody. You are right, going Shogi. We got to do what we got to do, and it's there. It's not about politics. It's about reality and what happened in the United States of America. They have a GoFundMe for the News family with more than a couple million in there, and I believe that President Trump also is taking care of them as well. So yeah, it's amazing. Yes, we watched that movie and I did cry. Hillbilly Elegy, what? Here's a funny thing. The only thing I'm going to say about Hillbilly Elegy is I have a friend. His name is Adam Murray. We used to do stand-up comedy together, and he has popped up in so many movies lately. And every time he pops up in a movie, it's like, my friend Adam, and it takes me out of the movie. It's so funny. Oh, my gosh. But he popped up in that movie. I was really surprised, and then he posted about it on his Facebook. So, yeah. How can it not be addressed? Someone died. Two other people still fighting for their life in the hospital. Yes, it's crazy times right now. But in lieu of those crazy times, don't we want to go to Disney World? I mean, this is what Nina says up here. Let's see if I can show this. We have no Disney without America. You're right. We don't. And we could have lost our country if that situation Saturday would have gone a different way. That might have been over. It might have been at the absolute end because there would have been chaos. But here's what I did notice. I did notice this, that after that situation happened, there was no looting. There was no rioting in the streets. There was none of that stuff that happens when other figures who aren't even popular have that kind of stuff happen to them. And people treated it the way it should have been treated. So, yeah. So, so it's OCDD, same type of thing. That's the same when I see my cousin pop up. So weird. His movie Alone, that was crazy to see him as a main bad guy. I mean, it's just one of those things. So the two other victims' money is being donated to God Bless America. Great people. Awesome. And presenting that information in a way people can listen with their kids still in the room is a rare talent. You're crushing her. Oh gosh, thank you. I'm trying to do my best. I just trying to think on my feet. So I appreciate that. And of course, Nina, if you want to consider becoming a channel member, that'd be great. We'd love to have you as well. Here's the thing about channel memberships. I have like a different kind of a feeling about those channel memberships because the more I have, the more of those cute custom emojis I can make. So that's just a fun thing for me. And it's a great way to support the channel going forward. Good morning, Ron. Welcome to Country Bear Jamboree. Let's you know what? This is perfect. Thank you for the segue, Dan, because we're going to talk about my experience at Country Bears yesterday before we get going and stream right into Culture Casino, guys. Keep it up. Go over to Culture. Watch him when that happens. Let me see if I can show you this tab. And I'm going to show you a little snippet. No, there's no volume here because I don't know exactly what will and will not get copywritten. But this is my video from the Country Bear Show. And you can see Romeo in the back, who is with his liver lips, still doing the same thing, which is blowing on the jug. Who's got the, as part of the band. So they changed the show. They have new animatronics. The animatronics look fantastic. And they changed the show so that all of the songs now are Disney intellectual property songs from movies. And I'm going to tell you something that you're going to be very, very surprised about. I liked it. I enjoyed this show. The audience had a great reception to the show. And the fact of the matter is, it's kind of funny seeing the Country Bears do country versions of these different songs. Like for example, they have a couple that sings A Whole New World, and it's just funny kind of hearing A Whole New World come out. I can show you the world, a shining, shimmering, splendid. Tell me, princess, now when did you last let your heart decide? It's so it's just kind of funny when you see the Country Bears and they're singing that way. And here's the thing: what happened is when I watched the show, it kind of flipped my mind because I was not expecting myself to like this show. And the reason it flipped in my mind is because I realized why they did it. And it has to do with the family that I saw later in the evening. The fact of the matter is, most people that are adults that know the Country Bears show kind of wouldn't take their kids in there because they knew their kids would be bored. We as adults have a different perspective on songs, right? And so all of the Country Bears songs were original Country Bears songs written for the Country Bears as that show, but kids are just not familiar with that. Are the songs more complete in the final version? Well, yeah, I mean they're really like they're snippets of the songs. They're not the whole songs, but they're recorded well and they're done very well. And the fact of the matter is that the audience reception was great because here's the thing: now you can bring your kids into the show and they'll know these songs. You've got Try Anything from Zootopia. You've got there's a fiddle player trying to play Supercalifragilistic on the fiddle, and it's hilarious. The fiddle starts smoking. There's the show, the IP songs, those familiar Disney songs completely juxtaposed with the Country Bears, and the Country Bears singing those songs that are just juxtaposed to what the Country Bears are supposed to be. It's really, really funny. It's not offensive anyway. I don't think the other Country Bears was offensive anyway, but when I saw the show, I got what Disney was trying to do, which was make it more family friendly in the sense that those songs that they're doing now are going to be so much more familiar to the kids watching the show. And the kids are going to want to sing along because the kids will know the songs without having to have seen the Country Bears show before and be familiar with the Country Bears song. And Big Al comes out, and I think there was a song that he sang before called Blood on the Something. And if you know the name of the song, you can put that in the chat. Specifically, Blood on the, what was it called? It's Blood. Anyway, so, and I was talking with another cast member there and I talked with her about the show. She had seen the show. And what is it? Go and Shogi, so correct. New fan of Ross because I saw him in pro and he's very truthful but not obnoxious. Rare talent. Oh, thank you guys. My gosh, you guys are gonna humble me to death here. I'm so sorry. Anyway, I really, really appreciate that, guys. But here's the thing. This cast member said there was. I wish I could remember the song. It was the girls, the female bears that sang something like "I try to get this man, but he never comes and follows me." I don't remember the name of that song. If you guys know, Dan, you might know the name of the songs if you want to. Yeah, I just read that they changed exactly. That's the article that we're going over here earlier. Is that New York Post article? I think I can. Let me see if I can put that back up. Here's the article from the New York Post. I think it's just on a picture right now. But yeah, they're saying that blah, 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 blah. Along with Jungle Book and Frozen songs, the new soundtrack contains an original song, Country Bear Musical Jamboree. That's the end. And other musical renditions of classic songs from The Little Mermaids, Mary Poppins, and Aladdin. And the closing number come again. So, but overall, the fact of the matter is, and here's the deal, guys, you got to know that the Country Bears, in its last iteration, had been dwindling in popularity. Less and less people were going in there. They didn't want to take the kids. I'm going to talk about the family from Canada right now. So I'm waiting in line to go into the laughs floor, the Monsters Inc. laughs floor show. And I started talking to a family that had come down from Montreal, Canada, but they come to Disney all the time. And I was telling them about that I was out there. I'm a vlogger, YouTuber. I was out there to cover the opening of the new Country Bear show, and they go, "Oh, we didn't know it was new. We didn't take our kids in there because we'd seen it before and it's boring." I mean, in a nutshell, they covered why Disney did this, and it's about the kids. It's about taking the kids to see these country bears in a funny way, singing songs that the kids know, so they can still sing along and enjoy it. And there's not a whole lot of controversy about the show itself because it's funny. Again, Disney does this to themselves. They're the ones creating the controversy that doesn't exist because they have this silly group where we're going to change the name of a character. You didn't even need to change the name of because nobody even really cares or knows. It's not that big of a deal. It is not that big of a deal. 14. Live 14. I'm not seeing it on my end. A blood on the saddle. Oh, thank you, Nita. Oh my gosh. Blood on the saddle. Big Al. It's really funny to see Big Al because he sings "Remember Me" from Coco. I wish it would have been cool if they would have had an Encanto song. The Zootopia song is pretty good. They did a good job, and honestly, like I enjoyed. Okay, it may not be the same take as everybody else on the That Park Place network, and if that's and then here's the cool thing about Pro. I know Pro. He'll be fine if I have a different take because that's how he is. That's cool. Also, let me see what time it is. Let's get you guys over to culture soon. Before we do that, I want to have another celebration. Let's get to some of these other comments real quick here. It is a powerful story. That is I believe that's about Hillbilly Elegy. Ron hit 14 streamers. We're new record. Thanks, guys. I want to get these out. Make sure you click on the like button. Share this, with all your family, friends, your social medias, all that. Let's get the show out there. New record, always good to see. I think it's when you get the show up to where it's getting 100 likes that it really goes out to a lot of people. So I'm just going to keep doing it and keep building. And I've had some really good performance on some of my vlogs I've done, especially about 80s man, especially about Splash Mountain, Tiana's Bayou, Broccoli, whatever. But Big Al is the hardest voice to do. It wins me the fastest. But I do a Big Alf. Hey, 80s man, 14 streamers earlier. Ha! Good morning, Mandy Uncanny. We're just about to end the show, but before we do, my gosh, I got to go back to this amazing super chat. Thank you so much, Nita. I appreciate that more than you can possibly know. And yeah, of course, it deserves
Too much? Too much. It's pathetic.
This is just the best of us. And with that, thank you guys so much. Upcoming shows, I'm going to talk about Riding Splash, Tiana's Adventure at Night. That's also in the vlog. Check out the upcoming vlogs. Definitely going to be doing more about my story as a cast member. I'm going to have a whole series on that as soon as I figure out exactly how to video it and where to start on that. But I want to talk about the first video is going to be about why I became a cast member and my first day in traditions. I got to try to make those videos not super long, but we'll be doing that. So a lot of stuff coming up. And until then, let's get you over to Culture Casino. Remember to hit that like button, subscribe if you're not already subscribed, especially if you're coming to this and watching the replay. And click that notifications bell, because when you click it, you stick it to the YouTube algorithm and you get notified of all of our uploads and the live streams and shorts and all the little funny, silly things that we do here at Follow the Bradley's Fun. We're not worried about offending, by the way. So if you're offended easily, don't watch, because I might offend. It's possible. Yeah, thank you so much, everybody. I appreciate so much. Nita, you're awesome. Love you so much. Please consider becoming a member of the channel, because we'd love to have you. And let's get you going over to Culture Casino. So until next time, everybody, thank you so much, and we'll see you real soon. Bye, everybody.